to have food in the booth and show everyone. Like more broadcasts have done that this year.
A ton of the last couple years, bowl games in college do that too, especially the lower
Yeah.
bowl
Food
games.
in the booth?
Yep.
Really?
Baseball,
All
the
right, we're
Angels
live on the
announcers
YouTube,
always have
gentlemen.
it. And I got the game two of the ALCS on background from the other day, and they're eating like a turkey, carving it up.
I mean, I think it started with John Madden, right? I think
Well,
John Madden was the first guy to ever do it.
well, that was after
Yeah, that
the
was after.
game. These are like in the booth, and I see why they're promoting some food of the stadium, but
Well, like when or some like for the bowl games, a lot of times it's sponsors. Like the Gophers played in the Duke Mayo Bowl last year,
yeah, and they
and
just
so
have
they were
scoops of
like every break they had like the different mayos that Duke's makes. So like one of them they had to try the sriracha mayo, and then they had to try the jalapeno and all this different, and it was over and over again. It was kind of hilarious by the end because there was some pretty nasty stuff they were trying. But
Did someone just get an email from Patreon and it oh, that's so weird. I heard
Yeah,
that
that was
little
my phone.
yep,
oh, okay, that's cool
I
because I heard
just
that
I
little
just muted it though, so you
But yeah,
won't hear
Brett
any
leaves
more
his
that's all
ringer
right.
on
notifications.
during because he's part of the ringer.
As soon as I hit it, I heard that and I was like, what the heck? That was
You,
cool.
you're getting to many people out there.
Real time,
All right,
baby.
here we go. That's so funny because literally, I don't even joke when I say this. The only notifications I get, like banner anything, is when like new episode on Apple, new episode
Yeah.
on HBO. I don't have anything else.
The worst
When my
is
wife calls, I have to look into it and see.
the absolute worst is when I'm driving and I got my GPS and there's that one guy in the fantasy league making 22 different drops and I'm getting the ESPN alerts and I'm like,
uh,
enough. I don't care.
All right, boys, we ready?
I'm ready
Whenever
when
you're
you
ready when
are.
ready,
you are.
Snow Low. We're on live on the YouTube already.
I
Here we go.
figured.
Three.
McConkey's is thriving. The Chargers are barely surviving. Rico Suave gets his revenge as the Cowboys defense played like they were wearing Depends. Vikings looked Vikings looked great. Oh wait, they're off. The Chiefs upend Jared Goff.
Oh,
Cam Scatterboo is the shit. But are the Colts legit? Next on Around the Couch.
welcome back to Around the Couch, an NFL podcast brought to you by the DVR Podcast Network. Check us out at dvrpodcast.com. We're currently covering Task. The final episode is this Sunday, and Solo and I, and maybe Ando, will be covering the finale pretty much live after it happens that night. It's going to be a lot of fun. I just covered a fun. I wouldn't say it was so fun, but the Jussie Smollett documentary. I talked about. It was fun talking to Amy
Oof.
about it on Little Miss Recap, but the documentary itself is not exactly fun. And we finished Alien Earth too. So if you're listening to this pod and you're interested in all that stuff, go to dvrpodcast.com. Mayor of Kingstown is right around the corner. We just got the screeners, baby. That's right. We are high class. But tonight, we're here to talk about football. And Brett's back. What's up, Brett? We missed you.
Not a lot, man. Glad to be back. Glad to have my team on a little winning streak here. So really excited to talk some NFL.
Brett, you wearing a gold medal right now, or what is that?
It is a medal. I completed a half marathon, so I like to
Nice.
wear it
Whoa.
for a couple of days, and then it'll be in a drawer somewhere. But for right now, it's around my neck.
I
Did
like
you
it.
did you wear that to work, Brett?
No, no. Although
In the
maybe I
in the
should.
tub.
You should wear it to work.
This is work right now. So
Congrats,
he's wearing
buddy.
it to work
That's
right
true.
now, actually.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
His
Well,
night
we missed
job.
you.
He wears
Yeah,
it.
I like that. We missed you, Brett. We had a lot of fun talking about football, and we're going
Well,
to
I
talk
did call
about
in and
football.
leave a couple of voicemails. So
You
I
did?
mean, I was.
They were very good.
You did.
I
They were
mean,
good.
they were really, really good. How's that tattoo feeling? I know the Kyle
Yeah.
Schmidt tattoo. It only was half.
On your butt cheeks.
I don't think I'm ready to talk about that.
All right.
You're sounding good. A little less Bill Simmons sports guy tonight, Brent. You sound a little bit more like yourself. Yeah. Solo, you have some amazing topics for us to discuss around the couch, right? Or is there something else? Or are we going to introduce? We all talked, right?
But I would like to say hi to Ando. How you feeling off that bye week, Ando?
I'm well rested. I'm ready to talk some football.
See, he's not the best in the business for anything, folks.
You're damn right.
So yes, we're gonna step into what we call the red zone.
Red zone.
And we got some topics to kick off the pod. And I swear I was going to say something else funny, and I don't remember. My writer must be on strike. Okay, here we go.
That was still funny, Solo.
Yeah, well, I guess so. All right. So first topic of the week, defenses, gentlemen. So enjoy that pizza, everyone at home eating pizza, and defenses. So I have one of the worst. The Cowboys have like the worst defense in the league. So I see it firsthand. But I have noticed the Packers have played worse. The Bills defense hasn't been good. I know with rule changes, we've seen it gradually change over the years where the NFL favors offense. They want to sell TV rights and tickets and everything. So they think we want arena football. We don't necessarily want arena football, but sometimes a high scoring game's fun. But I also like some of the defensive struggles. But is it just that we don't have the talent on defense anymore? Are teams going offense heavy in drafts and free agent? Like, what do you guys think? Because I know the Cowboys have been trying to stop the run since, 2011 and still haven't figured it out. But Ando, we'll start off with you. You have a nice defense there in Minnesota, so you might be happy, but very few elite defenses nowadays.
Well, I think it's a couple different things. I mean, one thing is that, which we've already talked about plenty of times, is the new kicking rules. Field position has been much better, so it's a lot easier, a lot harder to defend when there's only going to be a 60-yard drive than an 80-yard drive. I mean, that's just because it's a lot closer to the end zone. I think that's part of it. There's also been a ton of injuries to key defensive players. Maybe not a lot of superstars, but the Vikings have had issues, and they've got a decent defense, but all these other teams have had a lot of defensive issues as well. Injuries, I think, is part of it. And really, a lot of the offenses, even though they're scoring, are not really, I don't know. I think a play right now is sloppy overall. I don't think it's just the defenses. So I don't know. I don't think it's as bad as what it seems right now, but I don't know. I might be wrong. Brent, what do you think?
Well, I'm in a weird spot because the Falcons have had such a horrendous defense for much of their 60-year history, and especially in the last 20 years, especially in the last 7 years that they've missed the playoffs. But this year, they actually have a good defense. Statistically, they're the best defense in terms of fewest yardage per game, and their pass rush is formidable, as opposed to being last in the league by a large margin in sacks. It seems to be year after year. So this year, I'm actually very pleased at my team's defense. So I'm not sure. I'm assuming across the board, maybe offenses are better and defenses are a little bit worse. That could be because of I want to say, I feel like teams are more balanced on offense now than they were 5 years ago or so, as far as getting the running game going, getting a couple of quality running backs on your roster, actually trying to evenly pass, run 50-50 or 40-60, somewhere in that range, makes it obviously harder to defend. And I think that may be something to that. I feel like running games are a bigger deal now, and it goes in cycles, but over the last 10 years or so, you've kind of seen like a pass happy league and maybe we're actually kind of coming back to a more balanced offensive league.
And do you think, Brett, that, and Axel can shed his light on the subject, do you think it's one of those things where the defenses are just late catching up? Oh, everyone's running the ball again. Crap, we got three nickel corner was such a big thing recently because you got three wide sets and three, Axel pointed his finger, Brett. So I'm going to put you on hold and you can leave a voicemail. And Axel, why don't you join the party? And then Brett can follow up.
I agree with Brett. I agree with Andy. I think and like you said, with the starting at the 40-yard line, one thing I always say to Locklino, my son, about football, basketball too, it is always harder to play defense because you are reacting. The offense sets the tone and they act. So that is always easier to do, right? You're in the offensive position. So I think that I just heard something. This is funny. You should bring this up because I was listening to a podcast today. Somebody was saying, oh, Sean Payton, his defenses are really good against running quarterbacks. And I was like, that kind of clues you in. It does. It takes time for the defense and their formations to change because they're reacting to an offense. So I think you might be seeing something now, all this high scoring. Maybe in next year, we're going to be talking about how people are shutting people down and they figured people out. You know what I'm saying? There's also, Solo, a lot of new quarterbacks. It takes time to learn those quarterbacks. A lot of offensive formations have changed. There's a lot of movement now before the snap. A lot of teams do that. Almost every team does that. So I just think it's harder to play defense.
Well, Orlando and Brett,
yeah, go ahead.
If you can change and I can change, we all can change. That's all I wanted to say.
The other thing, too, is it might not be as much as we think. I'm just looking right now. There's 13 teams that are averaging 21 points a game or less. That's almost half the league. They're scoring under 3 touchdowns a game. That's not super high. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams that are 7, 8 teams that are 20. No, 9 teams that are 20 and below. So I don't know if the scoring is up as much as it thinks. It might maybe just so you're watching the Cowboys do a track meet every game.
No,
you're
but
getting that impression.
But Ando, my original question was why aren't we seeing elite defenses?
Well,
I mean, I know there's only so many Ravens and Chicago Bears, but I mean, the Eagles last year kind of turned it on, but we're not getting like 4 or 5 dominant defenses. We're getting pretty good, or like you said, 13 of them less than 20 points. That's great in the league now. But I'm just more talking about those defenses you're afraid to go play.
Yeah,
that's really the concern for me.
I do think it has a lot to do with the rule changes over the last 10, 20 years.
Yeah,
that Ravens defense in 2001. That gave up maybe less than 10 points a game or 10 points a game or something insane. I don't think you'll ever see that again just because the rules are so tailored for the offense. The field position on kicks. You can't touch the quarterback at all. There's so many different ways to get a roughing the passer penalty now compared to 20 years ago. And guys are the defenses cannot be as physical. Like they can't just you can't get knocked out, without a penalty at least.
And I was thinking of this, Brett. Remember when Kurt Warner came onto the scene and he was firing quick release, and they're saying, because of the arena football, the quick release. We've seen that evolve where quarterbacks are not doing 7-step drops for a long pass or whatever. It's shotgun formations. It's getting rid of the ball quicker. That has evolved. And it just seems like with defense, it almost seems like you can only evolve so much. And if they're changing the rules on you every other year, it's tough to,
I think, Brett, you made an awesome point there. Then I think I want to build on that even like with the rule change, like especially the late hits and those things. Defenses are playing less aggressive because they're afraid of getting those penalties. So they're not going to be flying around the field as much because when you're afraid of getting called for a foul in basketball, you back off. You don't play as aggressive. You don't play as tight. Defenses, I'm sure, are doing the same thing because if you're afraid to get flagged, you're not. I mean, some guys are still going to do it, but most of the team is going to play more conservative on defense. Just not go all out and not try and make the big plays. That might be part. I bet that's a big part of it.
I think you're
Guys,
right.
you know
Yes,
what?
sir.
I had a piece of pizza. I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
It was delish.
Our sponsor,
Spectators,
Pizza Land.
place. Listen, what was I? Oh man, I forgot what I was going to say.
Have another piece of pizza,
Oh.
Axel.
How many?
Yeah.
How many times does a play end by a player going out of bounds today in comparison to the past? And I think that way more plays end with players going out of bounds today. And I would bet that it was like a startling amount if you went back like 20 years. And that it shows you also that the game, even though it's fucking rough as hell, and these guys are crazy, they do crazy shit, it is still less physical in that sense. That they avoid hits, and a lot of offensive plays, the defense, it can be harder to defend when the guy's going right out of bounds.
And if you go out of bounds, that stops the clock. So you might be able to get more plays in. On average, there may be more plays per game, which means more points per game, which means those vaunted defenses
I'm going to
are
find
not
this
the
out.
same.
I would like to look that up. All right, we'll have Joe Bear look that up. He's our intern for this show.
Joe Bear, go look that up.
Look it up, Joe Bear. Red zone.
Red zone. All right, next topic. Team losses. We're diehard fans. That's why we started this pod. But we die very hard. And more often than not, unless you have a dynasty like the Patriots or the Chiefs, or you don't get to experience multiple championships, let alone one. I've done this when the last couple of years, it was my train, I guess. Was it an Athens train? Was it the Bulldogs going to their road game?
No, this train goes by like 20 times a day, man. I don't know.
You're like Brad Pitt in Seven,
Yeah.
holding the bottles. So I've done it where when I haven't been as optimistic and gung ho as with my Cowboys. I've tempered my
Would Brett
expectations.
be more southern that he like let the trains going?
Are they shooting Brewster Millions too in your backyard? What are they doing?
You have like a stick with like a thing that is on the end of it, Brett, and you run alongside the train.
Everybody's talking at me. Can't hear a word you say.
I always wanted to jump on a train. When I was a kid, I loved those fucking. I was
You know
obsessed
what?
with that. I loved it.
We could try to do that, and I guarantee you at the last minute, we'd be like, nah, dude.
Yeah.
It's a lot faster than it looks. Even the slow-moving ones.
I got dizzy.
We
just
might injure
being
something.
on it.
So,
True.
so where I'm getting at, besides my train being late, is we love football. We love watching all the games. It's apparent, like when our team's on Thursday or Monday night, we can enjoy the games more because our teams aren't playing on the Sunday. But Axel went through something that we've all gone through and we've all done, where, I mean, he was London time, 6:30 in the morning, our time on the West Coast.
Yeah.
But the Jets playing terrible and feel like you have no life. And then after you watch the game, when they lose, it's like, I don't feel like watching football the rest of the day. I can't do it. And especially if your fantasy team sucks, or if or your bets don't work out the way you planned. And I went through that last week, not as bad as you, but with the Cowboys and the Panthers, I see how they lost, but I still pushed myself to watch games and get excited. And it's one of the first times, I think, after a loss, I actually was enjoying the games. I was putting my mind away, I guess. So I just wanted to go around the couch here and just experiences when your team loses, and if you shut off the TV or because like for me, if the Cowboys lose the late game, it's tougher to watch the night game. If they lose in the morning, the afternoon, I'm out, and the night I get a little perky. Oh, Bills, Dolphins. I don't know why I get perky for that, but so
Who gets perky?
yeah. So Ando, why don't you why don't you defer to Axel? No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
Alex on.
I don't know. For me, it's more because there's been lots and lots of bad Vikings memories early on, especially like noon for me, 1 o'clock starts. that have been bad, and I know when they play it right away, I don't have a problem with it. I don't even if it's, I mean, unless it's a really, really, really bad something happens, I'll still watch. I have a bigger problem because before the Jets last week, the last 2 weeks, the Vikings were at 8 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning.
Ridiculous.
I have a bigger problem, and they won one of those games and they lost the other. And even after that, I hate the London games or the European games. I don't like when football is on that early. For me, it's too much. So I had a hard time getting up because by like halftime of the first game, I'm like, oh, I'm getting tired, the game wasn't even half over yet. I think for me, it's more of it's just that's too much for me. I I I don't like the 15 hours straight of football. That for me, that takes more out of me than a loss will every time. So I guess like when it's a bad, and I also actually I like that early game on Sunday because when it's Sunday night or Monday night, I don't like waiting that whole time. I would rather have my game be first and then I can enjoy the rest of the games, whether the Vikings win or lose, I guess. So the loss really doesn't bother me. It's more the timing and the length of the day that gets to be sometimes.
Axel,
Yeah, I was so
how's that
sad.
pizza treating you? You're making us jealous.
I'm good.
You know
I'm going
that.
to take a break on the pizza. I had 2 good slices. Delish. Thanks, Tony,
Hey, Tony. Yeah,
the guy who makes it. I was so sad. That game really, really kind of just made me feel totally down. And like Solo said, I didn't want to watch any more football that day. But I did. I did watch football that day. I got back into it, and good play that I saw. That made me happy. Oh wait, hold on a second.
What happened? Something with your
Yeah,
voice.
your sound got different.
I think some pepperoni got into the wires.
Yeah, no, I forgot. I didn't have my YouTube mic plugged in properly, but I sound pretty much the same. It makes it sound a little bit better, but everything's fine now. But the good play, like you said, Solo, the good play of other players got me back in. Like when Baker Mayfield started doing good, when I started getting into the end of some of these games, because I love football. I'll watch all football. But man, it depressed me. But I had to kind of cleanse my palate. And I'll talk about it more when we get to the Jets part. But I did leave the house for a little bit, clear my head. Sometimes you do got to take a break from football. I mean, watching football, like Andy said, I got up early, so it was still like 8:30 maybe. From 8:30 to basically 8:30 for like 12 straight hours. And you get like a half-hour break sometime between the late games and the Sunday night football game. That's just a lot, folks. And your kids, they want you to do things, take them places, do things.
Yeah, if I was still single and had no kids in the house, my answer might be different. It'd be like, bring on the 8 a.m. games. But yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, when I was bartending at before it was called McConkey's, when it was called Freeman McNeil's.
24.
Yeah. It was when I would work during sports, it would be awesome because I'm working and there's always sports on. Yeah. Now that I don't bartend, I'm at home, it's different. Now, I never liked to work Sundays, and I got out of Sundays a lot because I wanted to watch, because we didn't have the satellite direct TV ticket or whatever. So I got stuck with crap games sometimes, and I did not like that. But Brett, how are you when your team loses, and do you just say, screw it, I'm going to a baby shower, or like what do you do?
Pretty much, yeah. No, well, the Falcons are almost always on the 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific time slot. And, when they lose, sometimes I will take a break on those afternoon games, but usually there's only like 3 of them if I happen to miss the whole window. And then by the time the night game is back on, I'm ready to watch again. But really, it's about expectations. Like if I expect my team to lose, or if they're having a bad season and I know they're probably not going to play well, then it doesn't really hit me that hard. But when they're having, like a really good season, or like I'm just really expecting a lot, and they lose 30-0 to Carolina, then maybe it takes a little while to get back into it. But about the Sunday night or the Sunday morning games. I'm curious to know what the ratings are on those games because I also really hate those games. And I, they come on like 9:30 my time, which is like doable because I'm usually already awake by that time. But I still don't really watch them a whole lot, and they're usually crap games anyway, historically. But even if it's a good game between two good teams, I really don't want it to be during that time slot. I'd rather it be later. So I'm just curious about the ratings. I think they're just doing it because they want to expand into Europe in the future. And so this is like a slow build to that. And maybe that time slot works perfectly fine if you're going to build a large European fan base. But I'm just curious if if there's a large American, TV ratings for those games.
Supposedly they are doing good, but the only thing I can find them that this article is just, and it's stupid Google AI, which is the worst fucking thing. Like BTW Google, put that at the bottom because it sucks. It's never right. Anyway, it says like, yeah, it's good in comparison to years past. That's not the question, Google AI asshole. The question is in comparison to regular
years past. They were all at the same time.
It's so stupid. But I mean, I can't even. This is so stupid.
London
I put in, are the ratings good for
faraway
NFL
time.
Europe games? And or rating NFL rating. Oh God.
Maybe NFL Europe is too like AI's like, oh, Solo likes the NFL Europe from the 90s and early 2000s.
I'm just gonna put
Drew Henson
ratings
playing for the
NFL
Sea
Europe
Dragons or whatever.
games.
Or Rheinfire. He played with Tommy Chang.
6
or
million
Timmy
viewers, 9 million viewers compared to the previous year. Yeah.
Well, the game in Dublin for the Vikings and Steelers drew 7.9 million, the second most watched NFL international game ever.
Right.
So
but
eight
what does
8
but what
million.
does
So what does a normal game drew?
Like 18, right? Or something.
18?
I feel like it's
so it's a lot less. Yeah, I have it right. You're right. It's 18. It's 18.5 million is the average NFL game. So it's still drawing a lot less, but in comparison, it's building.
Well,
I
that
like it
that
because it's
same
building
Vikings
up the
Steelers game
Europe.
was up 68% compared to last season. So it
I'm
increased by a
getting
big
used.
number.
You know what? It's a little bit better for us.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, you know what? I'm getting sick of your Vikings talk, Ando. They're really bothering me.
No, well, it's a little bit better for us, Solo, because we can like sleep, and then there's like a less of an obligation to watch it because we can sleep through it because it
Yeah.
starts so early. Where for you guys, it's kind of starting a game where games regularly start for us, just like a half hour, an hour
Well, and
earlier,
Brett made a good point too. Is like the games are usually garbage. So why, like even when there's two good teams, the games usually are sloppy. There's
Yeah.
a lot of turnovers, penalties.
Why though? I don't get it because it's not. They're trying to build this because they're saying for the Jets to go to Seattle is the same as them to go to London. It's like 6 hours,
Yeah,
right?
but
Six
those
or
guys have
7
gone to
hours.
Seattle every year for the last 20 years. They probably the first time those guys are going to London. Like Jordan Addison was out lost on tour somewhere when they were over there. So I
the
mean,
routine is
Another
different.
Vikings anecdote.
Yeah.
I love
Culture
it.
shock.
Hey,
was
I'm
too
I'm gonna
much.
just double down on
It's different.
Vikings. I haven't talked about them in 2 weeks now, Solo. So,
Well, you did talk about Jordan. We did talk
Interesting.
about Jordan Addison, didn't we, last
oh,
week?
that's true. Yes,
About
we did.
yeah, but that's okay. I'm just trying to be funny.
When you mess with the routine of these NFL players, this is what you get.
Well, that's the
even
thing.
even a little bit like the Thursday night games for years and years were also very
Yep.
sloppy. Only recently, maybe they're coming slowly back up to par, but just any kind of messing with the routine, and I think you're going to get a sloppy game.
And that's why defenses aren't as elite because
There
of
you
the
go,
travel.
Solo.
All right. Speaking of late, Axel has a topic, and his tagline, which we know nothing about, is kudos to the invisible refs. What do you mean, Sir Axel Foley of
This is just a
Birmingham?
quick. This is a quick one. I don't. If anyone agrees, disagrees, I just have to say, the invisible ref What did we find out the name of it was before that? I've already forgotten because that was 20 minutes ago.
Sponsored by Expedia.
Replay assist.
The replay assist is working great. And I have noticed a lot less blown calls. And by the way, I like it when the refs have a little meeting and then they decide somebody did something wrong or somebody didn't do something wrong. It means that they're talking to each other. It means they're getting information, and it means that they care about the integrity of the fucking game. For instance, when all those people were fucking complaining when they called Trevor Lawrence for illegal formation when he was moving, he didn't set as the quarterback, I was like, yes, I knew he was supposed to do that. I like it when they get the calls right and when they are sticklers for the rules. So kudos to the refs this year. I've seen very few blown calls and I've been upset very few times. That's all I have to say. Anyone disagree? Agree? Solo, what do you think?
I agree. And I hate to bring it up again, Brett, but when you compare it to the college game, it's like night and day. I mean, these college games, these first halves are going like 2 hours with, it's just, it's ridiculous. It's just too much. And I like the speed of the game. And you know what? I've realized through life of football, we tend to bash the refs and really, but you know what, man, sometimes I don't know how they make these calls. I'd be like, wait, he was holding on that? I didn't see that. So you got to give them, I know there was some bad calls through the years, but they do a pretty damn good job. So
they do. Yep.
Yeah, not an easy job. They got to keep up with, world-class athletes running down the field and trying to see seven referees trying to look at 22 guys. I mean, not easy. So,
but a lot of times, Ando, too many flags, and I don't want to watch my laundry on the ground.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent. I'm just like robot umpires in baseball. I'm a big proponent of using replay assist to do this because the technology is there. Pay for it. Let's get the calls right. I understand people that say, well, there's a human element part of the game. I want that human element to be the players playing the game. I want actual officiating to be done correctly. So go ahead and use the tech. I'm all for. I'm 100% agreeing with you, Axel, on this.
Oh, love it. Awesome.
Wow.
We all agree.
That's why you did it. You wanted people in your tribe, like at Survivor.
You know what though? It's nice because last year we were pissed off about what was a catch again, right? And it was stupid. And you have to, what do you have to cradle the ball to the fucking sideline and put it to sleep for it to be a catch? Like you put it out of bounds and all this weird shit, right?
Yeah,
so I like what they're doing this year. I think that it's going quick too. And the announcers a lot of times are like, "Oh, I guess replay assisted that." Like, I'm okay with that.
Especially spotting the ball.
Yeah.
Like, is it a first down? Is it a half yard short? And they get that pretty quick.
Yep.
And it's funny because sometimes through the years, especially Al Michaels or Mike Tirico will comment how many flags are being thrown. It's like, oh, I guess we want to see the refs tonight. Like they'll make comments about the refs. Like, and there was always like the Ed Hockleys of the world that you knew you were getting more flags.
Big Lost fan, Ed Hockley.
Yeah, Jay and Jack contributor. So, yeah, I think the invisible refs are hurting my defense. Oh, just kidding. No, but that's great. So, guys, that's all I have for the red zone. Do we have anything else, or do you want to get into our picks?
I've got a couple of like I did the last couple of weeks. I got a couple little stats we can do before we cap into the picks. Kind of a weekly type of thing here.
I like it.
Stat zone.
So the AFC now has 5 teams that are 1-5 or worse. The NFC North has all 4 teams above 500 again. The only division in the league to do that. Brian Callahan
play in that division?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Brian Callahan became the 4th Tennessee head coach or GM to be fired in the last 34 months.
Louise Dreyfus.
There's some big problems going on there. After he was fired, he's added to this list. In the last 10 drafts, there have been 8 quarterbacks drafted number 1 overall. 8 out of the last 10 years. Listen to this list. Okay, Cam Ward, Callahan lasted 6 games. Caleb Williams, Matt Eberflus, 12 games. Bryce Young, Frank Reich lasted 11 games. Trevor Lawrence, Urban Meyer lasted 13 games. Kyler Murray, Cliff Kingsbury fired after four games. Baker Mayfield, no, 4 games. I don't know if that one's right, but he was fired. Baker Mayfield, Hugh Jackson fired after 8 games. Jared Goff, Jeff Fisher fired after 13 games. The only one that is still with the coach that drafted him is Joe Burrow and Zach Taylor, and he's on thin ice right now. So drafting a quarterback first overall might not be the best solution.
That is a great stat, Andy.
I think the Frank Reich one was less because wasn't he the coach a year before and then they drafted Bryce, or did they draft him? Because I thought it was like 4 weeks or something he stepped down or something.
It wasn't very long. That might be wrong, but he was definitely fired the same season that he was drafted. That they drafted Young.
Okay, well, I think he was there for less than a year, wasn't he? I feel like one of those guys were fired like their first year.
I think you're right. I think it was right. Yeah. And there's another. This one is to help pick up our friend Axel a little bit. So the Jets are having a tough season, but there have been some first-year coaches, Aaron Glenn, one of them, that have started their careers extremely poor. These are other guys that have started 0-6 to start their career. Zach Taylor is one for the Bengals. Dan Campbell in 2021. Kyle Shanahan in 2017. Bill Walsh for the 49ers in 1979. And Jimmy Johnson for the Cowboys in 1989. All started their careers 0-6 as a head coach. So there's hope, Axel. It can become something good.
Aaron Glenn is doing this on purpose, is what you're trying to tell me, right, Ando?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Andy has the list for next week. Andy already has the list ready for coaches that started 0-7 and comparing them to Sorry, Axel, I had to.
Trust me.
Okay, so does anybody else
pick already?
Yeah. Does anybody else have anything else before we go into the picks?
I do not.
Okay, well, we will go to the picks since no one else was talking. Last week, Brett was the winner, 8-7. Axel and I were just behind him at 7-8, and Solo at 5-10 brought up the rear end. But Solo is still leading the pack by three games over Axel, 5 games over Brett, and 6 games over me. So it tightened up completely. Unfortunately,
you're welcome.
Now, all 4 of us are below 500, so we all have work to do. Solo fell to 46 and 47 overall. So it's time for us to kick this in the ass, guys, and start doing real picks.
Well, for the 3rd week in a row, I have kicked ass on the early games, going like 6-2 or 6-3 through the first 8 or 9, and then I fall off a cliff. I don't know what's going on there. I got to nip that in the bud, though.
Well, do you know, like the SAT, Brett, you cannot answer your picks for the late games and you won't get penalized. Didn't you know that?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know. No, okay, I'll try that.
So,
I'm picking one game.
All 4 of us got all the primetime game, the last 3 games wrong. Sunday night and both Monday night games, we went 0-12 combined. We would have had 1, but Solo decided to switch off of your Falcons because he didn't have faith in your team, Brett. And they came around, but
I knew they were going to win.
So,
and I hit on 2 Revis Islands, so I just have to brag about that.
That always helps.
Brag away.
So this week we are starting off. We're switching the order up a little bit, so it's not going to be in order of the way they are played to try and speed the pick part up. So Brett will be going first, then Axel, then Solo, then myself. And the first game we are starting off with is maybe the best game of the week. It's one of the Monday night games. Tampa Bay Bucks at the Detroit Lions. The Bucks are now 5-1. Last week, the Bucks led the entire second half. It was their first win of the season where they weren't tied or behind in the final minute of regulation. The Bucks were also one of only 2 teams to beat the Lions in the regular season last year. The other team was the Bills. Brett, the Lions are favored by 5.5 at home. Who do you like? And what do you think about this game?
Well, I'm really looking forward to this game. Bucks 5-1, best record in the NFL. A lot of people are calling them the best team in the NFL right now, and why not? However, they have played in a lot of close games, so I'm going to keep that in mind. This is the 3rd time that these teams have played each other in Detroit in less than 2 years. So you had the divisional round in January 2024. The Lions won that one to advance to the NFC conference title game, which they should have won and advanced to the Super Bowl. But I'm sorry, Mike, for bringing that up again. And then the week 2 of the following year, the Buccaneers go up there and they win. And in fact, that's the only home loss in the regular season that Detroit has suffered in the last 2 years. Are they really going to go in again this Sunday or Monday and be the only team that has beaten Detroit at home, but has done it twice in 2 years? That's a tall order. I'm looking at the injury report here. I think Mike Evans might go for Tampa Bay, but Emeka Ibuka is probably going to miss the game. Chris Godwin probably going to miss the game. Jalen McMillan out. Bucky Irvin doubtful. Let's see, Detroit.
Brent Dilfer's not playing, Brett.
Anyway, Detroit a little banged up too. But bottom line here is that Detroit, tough game in Kansas City last week. I feel like this is their game to lose, kind of like this is their game to get back. This is a good spot for them. I'm not sure that the Buccaneers are going to go up to Detroit and just keep it rolling like they have been, especially since they've been playing so many close games. I kind of like Detroit in this spot. What is the point spread again, Andy?
5.5 for the Lions at home.
Ooh, you know what? I'm going to lay those points. I think the Lions win by a touchdown.
Axel.
EGOT, Baker, Bucks.
I'm taking the Lions. Bounce back game. Get right game.
Yep, I'm taking the Lions here too. Next up, we have our first, what we're going to call speed round. So no commentary, just reel them off. Axel, you're up, and we have the Steelers and the Bengals. The Steelers are now the only AFC North team to win in the last 3 weeks. They are 2-0. The rest of the division is 0-9, which no one would have thought that. The Steelers have not allowed a point off a turnover all season. The Bengals have allowed a league worst 52 points off turnovers. Okay, now it's trivia time. Aaron Rodgers is 41. Joe Flacco is 40. This is only the fourth time in history that both starting quarterbacks were both over 40. Can anyone name the others?
Are we naming just quarterbacks over 40 who started or
playing each other?
Playing each other.
Tom Brady and somebody is probably the answer to all three.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Tom Brady and Drew Brees.
You are correct.
I got one.
And
Axel didn't answer.
You got the right answer. So we had you actually got all three of them because they played 3 times in 2020.
Okay, there you go.
So
I got the triple double.
Yeah, 3 of the 4 games were in one season that 2 40-year-olds are playing. So who is going to win this time, Axel? The Steelers are favored by 5.5 on the road versus the Bengals.
Steelers.
Give me the Bengals and the points. I think Flacco is going to play tough on a Thursday.
I got to go Steelers here.
I don't like the points, but I think one of my automatics right now is picking against the Bengals. So I'm laying the points. Give me the Steelers.
Next up, we have the Patriots.
And that's the Thursday night game, just so you know.
Yep. Yeah. Good call there. So, Thursday night. So, tomorrow night, that one's we maybe don't even have to worry about watching, I guess. The Pats and the Titans are next. One more trivia time. Cam Ward has just 3 passing touchdowns in his first 6 career starts. Hold on a second. There's only 3 quarterbacks that have had less than that in their first 6 starts that were picked number 1 overall. 2 of them are in the Hall of Fame, and one is a 3-time Pro Bowler who also won Comeback Player of the Year. Who are the 3 that have thrown less passes in their touchdown passes in their first 6 games than Cam Ward?
Solo, you guess first.
Okay, I'm just thinking of number 1. I'm going to go Troy Aikman. Who's that guy? Oh, he wasn't number 1. Shit. I'm just trying to speed through the drafts.
Well, Troy
Oh.
Aikman, that's one guess. Somebody else can take another guess while you're
Yeah,
thinking. So.
yeah.
I have no idea on this one. I'm drawing a blank. Jeff George.
I'm gonna say Jamarcus Russell as another one.
No, of the three
Ryan Leaf.
guys, 2 are in the Hall of Fame and one is a Pro Bowl, a 3-time Pro
Oh,
Bowler.
shit.
Oh,
Never
so it's
mind.
not Jamarcus Russell.
Jeff George made
Ryan
the Pro
Leaf.
Bowl 3 times.
The 3-time, well, it wasn't Jeff George. The 3-time Pro Bowler also
John
won a
Elway?
Comeback Player of the Year. John Elway is one.
Yes. I got one.
I give
Eli
up.
Manning.
No,
He did it. Brett did it. Peyton Manning or Eli Manning?
It's not Eli Manning. It's
It's Cooper.
the other two.
Tell us, Ando.
The other two
Yeah.
are Terry Bradshaw had 2.
Oh.
John Elway had 1, and Alex Smith, who is a 3-time Pro Bowler that also won
Oh.
Comeback Player of the
That's
Year.
a trick. That was a tough one.
Yes.
Alex Smith.
Mike Vrabel also now has the same number of games, has won the same number of games with the Patriots this season as the Titans have since they fired him. Solo, what do you think about this game? The Pats are favored at Tennessee by 7 points.
Ooh, that's a biggie. Now, Drake Maybe has been on fire the last couple of weeks. He has 10 touchdown passes to only 2 interceptions. Pretty impressive. However, the Pats running game is a bit suspect. Ramondre Stevenson and the rookie Thompson, I guess. I forget who the Trayvon Thompson. They haven't lit the world on fire. Fumble
Travion Henderson, you
problems.
mean?
Travion Henderson, that's who I meant, not Travion Thompson. And he hasn't been as explosive and consistent as they thought with the hype of during spring training. This is a Vrabel revenge game, as we know. Going back to Tennessee, it's even more revenge. However, with Bill Callahan fired, of course, the team is bad. But Mike McCoy is the interim head coach. So now you have that new coach factor. It happened with Sky Rizzi last year, and I think with Jeff Saturday, where teams happened to win that first game. But was it against a coach who was having a revenge game? Probably not. So I have to take the Pats because the Titans are just awful.
Yeah, Pats for me as well.
I'm going interim coach boost, and I'm going Titans to cover the spread.
I gotta take the dumb Pats. They look good.
I feel like Brett's confident now, and I'm for the first time worried.
Coming for you, Solo.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
it could happen this week.
Next up, I'm up next here, and I have got the Philadelphia Eagles at my Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are coming off a bye. Eagles are coming off a half bye and being humiliated by the Jackson Dart-led New York Giants. Eagles are 4-2, but all 4 games have been by 1 score, and they have been outgained in yardage in every game this season, which doesn't even seem possible. But I double-checked, and it's true. So Eagles are favored by 2.5, and maybe a Carson Wentz revenge game. KOC is playing KOC is playing it very close to the vest. Who's going to start? Because McCarthy might be. More importantly, Isaiah Rodgers, who's not really a household name yet, but he was the guy that had all the touchdowns in the huge game a couple weeks ago. Came over from Philadelphia because he couldn't break into the starting lineup there. Blake Cashman is supposed to be back this week finally.
Is he GM of the Yankees? Oh, that's Brian
yes.
Cashman. Oh, sorry.
That's his long lost cousin, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Van Ginkel is possibly coming back. The Vikings are finally getting healthy. Their bye was at the right time. Eagles are favored by 2.5 on the road. I got to stay with the Vikings one more week here. I can't do the Eagles. So Vikings for me.
This would be a great win if the Vikings could get it. I'm just going to bet against it here, and I'm going to lay the 2.5.
And weird shit usually happens in Eagles-Vikings games. I'm not confident about my Vikings pick, but I just
Eagles losing 3 in a row would definitely be a storyline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Vikings, baby. By the way, when Jared Allen showed up and was doing the Chiefs shit during the game, did you feel like he was kind of like that wasn't cool that he did that?
I'm fine with that. I'm realistic, and
I
I
thought you
know
were going
guys.
Taylor Swift.
I know like when Randy Moss shows up for Patriot stuff or things like that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it because in this day and age, no one stays with the same team forever. So, and I love
I
Jared Allen
know,
just like I
but
loved Randy Moss. So it doesn't
but to
bother me.
I
open
think
2 games in the same season, I know you're going into the Hall of Fame and all that.
I mean,
Was he inducted?
no, he
Right?
was in New
it's
England a while for a few
oh
years.
no, Jared Allen, you
Oh,
mean?
Jared Allen,
Yeah.
Jared Allen.
Well, here's the thing: he's going into the Hall of Fame as a Viking. So
Okay.
you know what? If Casey is like his ex-girlfriend, I'm fine if they talk.
All
It
right.
doesn't
I just
bother
thought it
me.
was a little cheesy. You should only do that once a season. That's just
Well,
my opinion.
that might be.
Just how I feel.
After Axel totally sidelined me and blindsided me, what game are we doing again?
Eagles Vikings solo.
Eagles.
Oh,
Yep.
taking the Eagles. Taking the Eagles.
Okay, next up, we have another speed round. We have the Saints and the Bears. Taysom Hill had his first rushing touchdown of the season. He now has 34 rushing touchdowns, passes Hall of Famer John Elway to move into a tie for 15th all time among non-running backs.
Wow.
He's now tied with my guy Dante Culpepper and Lamar Jackson. The Saints are on the road, and the Bears are favored by 5.5. Brett.
What's the weather like?
What is
I
it,
do not-
Yako from the
I
Let's
do
Motor
not
put you
have
on the
the current-
spot. If it's
do not have a current
snowing,
weather
I like
report. I'm sorry.
Chicago. No, honestly, I don't really like the Saints going on the road outdoors. I feel good about the Bears. I'm laying the 5.5.
The Bears.
Yeah, they got a sneaky win on Monday night against the Washington football team. I'm going to take the Bears at home. I don't trust the Saints in Chicago.
Yep, I'm taking the Bears here as well. Next up, we have another speed round for Axel this time. The Raiders at the Chiefs. Here's another trivia question. Max Crosby became the third player in 25 years to have double-digit tackles for loss in each of their first 7 seasons. Who were the other two?
But can you say that again? I'm sorry, I was distracted.
Max Crosby, double digit. He's now in double digits on tackle for loss. There's only been 3 players in the last 25 years to do that each of their first 7 years.
Oh, wow.
My guesses are Nick Bosa and Nick Bosa. Let's go.
I'm going to say Julius Peppers and Lawrence Taylor, both from North Carolina.
No,
Oh.
since 2000.
Since 2000.
Okay, that would not work.
Lawrence Taylor took a lot of cocaine, but not that much solo.
Yeah.
Couldn't keep playing that long.
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm going to go TJ Watt and
Oh, good one.
Jason
JJ
Taylor.
Watt.
Yeah, the Watt boys.
I'm going to pass.
Oh, you
The
got it
answer-
right then. SAT.
Aaron Donald and Jared Allen.
We should have known.
Mahomes also has tied his career high in rushing touchdowns for the season. He already has 4, which is, if the next one he has, will be his most ever. This is the first meeting of the year between these two teams. The Chiefs won both last year, and they've won 18 of 21 in the series. Axel, the Chiefs are favored by 12.5 at home.
Raiders, too many points.
You know, before I give my pick, I just want to give a shout out to my dad, who is actually probably, I think, the only person watching us. If he may not already, he might have saw me get the Pats pick and then, but he's texting me. But I'm using my phone for the Zoom. So sorry, Dad, I can't text you back without screwing up the pod. But and also tomorrow is my dad's birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday!
birthday!
Happy birthday, Dad. Happy birthday. And it's my pick. Yeah, that's a lot of points. Raiders, for some reason, always play the Chiefs close, no matter how bad they are. So I'm going to take the points. I have faith in Geno. No, I don't.
Yeah, you got to throw out the record book, right? Yeah, Raiders, too many points.
Same. Raiders.
Oh, I forgot that was speed round. I almost went into a
I would
more
have
of a
cut you off if you
soliloquy.
said
Okay,
anything
thank
more.
you. Yeah, cut
So,
me off. Play
Oh,
like when I accepted my Oscar. You play me off. It's
yep.
okay. I respect the broadcast.
I'll have to get a little sound drop of like the Fox football music or something to just hit when somebody's talking too long.
Yeah, it was more like
Uh,
Oscar the Grouch
well,
award I got.
you'll get time to talk about this one quite a bit, Solo, because it's the commies at the Cowboys. This is the first meeting of the year. They split last year with the commies winning the last time they met. Cowboys have like you mentioned earlier, the number one offense in the league by yardage per game. They are also the third highest scoring team in the league. They are also allowing a league high 412 yards per game, which is 32nd best in the league. We've got Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady on the call, Solo. So, what are
Oh,
your thoughts
Burkhart.
on commies at Cowboys? Commies are favored by 2.5 on the road.
I love Tom Brady, not a Kevin Burkhardt guy. It was that stupid commercial, Baby K, where Aaron Andrews, Greg Olson, are all sitting around and they get the oh Baby K, oh Baby K. Like I just didn't like it. And Burkhardt was a collateral damage because it was about him, even though he didn't like the nickname. It would annoyed me. I don't know.
That was worth me mentioning Kevin Burkhardt just for that little anecdote. That was beautiful, Solo.
Baby K, Baby K. All right. Just a little bit about the Cowboys. I did enjoy the Panthers game because I do like, I mean, the Dak Carl Pickens, George Pickens show, sorry, his pops, was awesome. And they didn't run the ball as well, but they were sticking to it, which I liked. I thought the offensive line was much better, improved this week with getting some starters back. But even against the Jets, they played well, but unfortunately, it was against the Jets. Uh, However, this defense is just historically bad. And this is like the third or fourth time in the last 10 years Dallas has had a historically bad defense. Of recent memory, the Mike Nolan defense that didn't last very long, the Mike Zimmer defense of last year, though later in the year they beat Tampa and they had some wins, but still the defense wasn't very good. And I hate to say it, Micah Parsons would make this defense better, but they got more problems because their safety play and their linebacker play is god awful. The linebackers aren't hitting uh, their holes in time, and Rico Dowdle just runs by, or anybody just runs by. The safeties, I mean, Malik Hooker's been hurt, but I like Donovan Wilson. He's a good hitter, but he's more of a line of scrimmage safety than a coverage safety. And not to mention, these defensive backs look lost. Like they don't know what's going on. There's been so many broken plays in the all year, pretty much since week 2 against the Giants. And is it communication? Is it Eberflus who got fired, but you hire him as a defensive coordinator? I know they don't have all the players, and missing Micah or trading away Micah and not having Demarion Overshown, who was a big playmaker for them last year before he got hurt, that's really hurt. So I'm kind of like they're not going to win with the way this defense is because it takes like if Dallas keeps scoring, that's great. But if offenses can't score every single time unless you're playing the Dallas defense, so you have one or two bad series in the third quarter, and you defense keeps giving up points. You're not going to so they could have won this game and they should have scored a touchdown. They had a second time where they could have scored a touchdown and they didn't, and they had to settle for 3, which has hurt them. I am trying to reverse the curse. This was a gift, but I'm in a Heath Schuler Washington jersey, old school number 5, first round pick.
Wow.
Love me some Heath Schuler. A friend of mine bought it for me years ago.
So
It's
you're
like
the
a
one.
joke. Yeah,
Geez,
it was a gag gift.
you have the same first name as him.
The freshman players at Syracuse that I was in class with used to call me Heath Schuler all semester.
Of
It's just like,
course.
of course, and he was good at that time because I think he was still in college. Yeah,
Yep.
or maybe he just graduated. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going with Washington here. I think this will be a good game, but they're not going to be able to stop Jaden Daniels. There's no way.
I'm taking the Cowboys.
The Cowboys are like a pendulum pick for me. I picked against them last week. I picked for them the week before that, and vice versa. I think I'm just going to go with that pattern. I'm taking the Cowboys.
Thank you for the win, guys.
Commanders bouncing back.
Next up, we have another speed round. This is Dolphins at Browns.
Woo!
Last
Rematch
year,
of like the 85 AFC divisional or wild card or
yeah,
something.
I would rather rewatch that game than watch this one, I think. Last year, Miami won the game. They played last year. Miami won 20-3. That game featured two quarterbacks that are not on either roster anymore: Dorian Thompson-Robinson and Tyler Huntley. The Browns have the third least amount of yards allowed, but the sixth lowest amount of yards gained. The Dolphins have the third most yards allowed, so they don't have much of a defense either. The Browns are favored by 2.5 at home, and against my better judgment, I'm taking the Dolphins.
I
Brett,
have a
I'm going to take the Dolphins as well.
Oh, yeah? I'm taking the Browns, baby.
And so am I. And I'm picking them in some office pool I don't talk about that I hate.
Brett's pool.
No,
Brett's
Brett's
pool,
pool.
dangerous party
I
time.
did. You got to admit, though, I did go. I said I would not talk about Brett's pool 2 weeks ago. I said I would not talk about it. And I haven't really talked about it for 2 weeks. But now I think I might be back on the train. And then when I lose my picks this week, it'll, because
He's back.
I just got to say this. Because that week I said I'm going to pick the Panthers and some other crap team, the Saints or the Saints. And I switched them. And I got one wrong and one right. And those both hit. And I said to myself, that's the make or break week. I'm going for it. And I changed my mind. So I'm not changing my mind anymore because I'm from the South.
Well, speaking of someone that's from the South end of Brett, we're going to talk about Brett's team next because he's going first. This is the Falcons at the 49ers, Sunday Night Football. So, Brett, you were saying earlier they always play early. This is the second week in a row, the primetime, big-time slot.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Whoa. Is that a
It's a
Dan
special
Quinn signed hat? Brett?
Michael Penis edition cap.
Is that a Dan Quinn signed hat? Was it 28-3, whatever he put?
We have got.
Solo.
Sorry.
Wow, he just got to rub it.
So
in.
Solo's kicked off the pod.
Whoa,
Get
Yeah,
get
okay.
off
You
the
know
pod,
what, guys?
Solo.
I'll see you tomorrow. I can't even find my
It's a low blow.
things. It's not working. Okay, I'm still here.
Okay,
All right,
so
good.
Falcons at the 49ers. Let's start with some Bijan Robinson for stats. He is one of only two players to ever have more than 450 yards rushing and 300 yards receiving in the first 5 games of the season. Who is the other player to do this?
Marshall Falk.
Christian
Dickerson.
McCaffrey.
Thurman Thomas in 1991.
Oh.
He also won the MVP that year.
He was so good, man. Thurman Thomas.
I'll
was
be
so
totally
fucking good.
honest. I was looking at my notes and I knew it was a running back trivia question, but I had no idea what you said, so I just put it out.
Okay, well, here's another.
Okay.
Bijan is on a historic pace. So here's another Bijan
Unbelievable.
trivia question. He has 822 yards from scrimmage in only 5 games. Only 3 other players in NFL history have done this. 2 of them have done it twice. So it's actually happened 5 times, but only 3 players have done it.
These are my guesses. I'm ready to go. Marshall
Go.
Falk, Roger Craig, and Christian Okoye.
I love the Okoye one.
I love Okoye, but I know you didn't do that. All right, I'm gonna go Marshall Falk,
Oh, I know who it is. I know.
Jim Brown, Emmett Smith.
Brett's picks.
Marshall Falk, Thurman Thomas, Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, he's probably got him right.
Christian McCaffrey has done it once.
Oh, I forgot about
Jim
him.
Brown has done it twice.
From Cuse. From
And-
the Cuse.
O.J. Simpson has done
Oh,
it
the
twice.
Jew-
Oh, wow. We were
Juice.
totally wrong. I
We
thought
got
you were
one
gonna say
right.
the
I'm
date.
happy
No,
I
we
got
got
one
2.
right.
Brett got CMC too,
Oh,
so you
yeah.
got,
And
you
I
got
got
2 out
Jim
of 3.
Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't think
Matt-
OJ Simpson will ever enter my mind as a possible trivia.
I know.
answer for the
Every
rest-
time,
for the rest
every
of
time I
time.
see it,
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
oh
forget.
yeah, OJ.
I forget how good he was.
He was
I just
such a
think
good
of the
football
knife.
player.
I know.
He was such a good football player.
And a great actor in Naked Gun.
And
And Towering
jumped over
Inferno.
luggage in those commercials.
That hurts commercials.
So Mac Jones has 1,252 yards in his first 4 games as a starter for a 49er. That's the most any quarterback for San Francisco has ever had in his first 4 starts. And there's been some pretty good quarterbacks that have played in San Francisco. I thought that was kind of crazy. It's also the eighth most in NFL history for a quarterback starting his first 4 games.
Really?
The all-time record holder is actually the backup quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons right now. Kirk Cousins' first 4 games with the Vikings was the all-time record for most yards. The Falcons currently have the number 2 offense in the league with 379 yards a game, as Brett mentioned earlier. They also have the number 1 defense in the league with only 250. Actually, that's the stat Brett mentioned earlier, I think. So number 1 defense on the yards allowed and number 2 offense on yards gained. So Falcons good. Brett, but the 49ers are still favored at 2.5 at home. Talk about
Is
your
it 2.5?
Falcons.
I thought it may have dropped a little bit. It's 2.5 right now. Okay.
Well, that's what when I checked this afternoon. I have not checked in 6 or 7 hours, but
Well, it's weird because Brock Purdy was limited participation. Is he going to start or not? Kittle, the same thing. He might or might not start. So that the line could change, in a couple of days again. The Atlanta Falcons are 5-1 in primetime games over the last 2 seasons. So this is a tailor-made spot. However, you got a bunch of factors going against them. You got the short week factor. They played on Monday. You got the cross-country travel factor. You got the 49ers have when did they have an extra long week? No, I'm thinking of
No, they played on
somebody
Sunday.
else. They played on Sunday.
Yeah.
But they're playing at home. They're going to be fired up. Kyle Shanahan is going to dial up something. I feel like this is the 49ers spot. This is a good spot for them. I hope I'm wrong, but I think I'm going to lay the 2.5 here and go with San Francisco.
Damn you, Brett. Falcons.
I'm next, aren't I?
yes.
This is a tough one because I don't know if the Falcons haven't haven't proved themselves on the road to me. If beating the Bills at home on a big game and going to San Fran and winning, I will believe. Greenlaw's out. Shit.
Make your
Sorry.
pick solo.
Brett's the analyst on this pick solo.
Yeah, I know, but I have to talk this out of my head. Give me the 49ers. Sorry, Brett.
Yeah, Brett, the spread is still 2.5 according to DraftKings as of the second. So I'm Falcons.
Oh, split.
Next up, we have Axel's team, the Panthers and the Jets.
Oh, that's both your teams, Axel. You're a Panthers fan now too. Congratulations. They're 3-3.
Rico Dowdle MVP.
You know what? Speaking of Rico Dowdle, he was the first player since 2020 to have back-to-back games with over 200 yards from scrimmage.
God.
The last was Dalvin Cook in 2020. And Rico Dowdle's 239 scrimmage yards are the most by a player in a game versus a former team in NFL history. This matchup,
Since Jamal Lewis, maybe against his old team. I don't know.
Maybe my stats are wrong, but that's what my
No.
sources had said.
He's the first ever.
No,
or
the
highest?
most.
That's what I was saying. Maybe he was the second.
Oh yeah, I got you.
I just want to try to get
Yep.
more trivia.
This matchup is rare. The Jets haven't beat the Panthers since Mark Sanchez versus Jake Delhomme, which also featured a pick six from Darrelle Revis back in 2009. If the Panthers win and cover, it will be the first time in the history of Around the Couch that the Panthers win and cover as a favorite.
Seriously.
They have not won as a favorite since September of 2021. Axel, talk as much or little about the Jets as you want. The Panthers are favored by 1.5 on the road.
So, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a Jets fan. And they're not very good.
Still?
I'm still a Jets fan. I don't know what this team is
Hits are
awful. What I wanted to do is I wanted to use this time for you guys to tell me who should the Jets draft next year? Speed round, solo.
this.
Who should the Jets draft at quarterback next year?
Arch Manning.
Ando.
Boy, I don't that all those quarterback stats I listed off. I don't know if they should. I think they should go for offensive line.
Okay. You want another year of Fields? You lose, Ando. Brett.
There's other free agents out there. Carson
Cor-
Wentz. I mean, get
I
somebody
like
like
two.
that.
What?
I like two guys right
No.
now.
Okay.
I really like Ty Simpson. I don't know
Uh-huh.
where he ranks on the
Ty
draft
Simpson.
boards. Ty
Okay.
Simpson or
Who's he play
the guy
for? Ty
Alabama.
Oh.
He's like 6'2", 215. I feel like the Jets need like a guy that looks like a
Yes.
quarterback.
Yep.
So he will pass, but who even more than that? 6'5", 225 out of Indiana. Fernando
Mendoza.
Is that his name? Yeah. He
You know,
would
his
also be a
little
great
brother
pick.
was a quarterback there and convinced his older brother to transfer from Cal to Indiana, and he's just waiting his turn.
Okay.
Nice.
This is
So
awesome.
I like one of those two guys.
Brett, thank you. And guys, thank you for all that. And I'll take the Panthers.
Yeah, I have to go to the Panthers. The Jets just don't look good, even though I think they could win this game. Then I'll stop talking.
The Jets
Yeah,
are going
I
to
think
win
that-
eventually, but until they do, I'm probably going to be picking against them. So give me the Panthers.
That's okay. You can just skip right over me, Brett. That's okay.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
You took the Panthers too, Ando.
Yeah, I did take.
No,
the
he took the
Panthers.
Jets. The Janthers.
Oh, is it my turn now?
All
Okay, so
right.
I'm going to go with the G. No, I'm gonna go
Switcheroo?
with the Panthers.
Switcheroo. You haven't
No.
switched a roo yet, Brett. This is
I
weird.
usually do that at the very end, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I have to let it simmer. in my
All
head.
right. Next up,
Next up,
Colts
we
and
have
Chargers.
Colts at Chargers. Heath will be first here. If Jim Harbaugh wins this game, he will be the second person in history with more than 60 regular season wins as a head coach and as a starting quarterback.
Oh.
Can anyone name the other? I will be shocked if anyone can name this guy.
Jeff George.
I'm,
Who is it,
I'm,
Ando?
I'm,
Vince
wait,
Lombardi.
I'm trying to think of quarterbacks who become head coaches. There's not usually that many.
Jim
Yeah.
Harbaugh.
He was
Kevin
played for-
O'Connell.
John Harbaugh.
Oh no,
It
he didn't
was-
win 60 games as a
Shit.
quarterback.
It was Norm Van Brocklin,
Oh,
played for the
yes.
Rams and the Eagles. He actually was the first coach ever for the Vikings, and then went to the Falcons after the Vikings. So Norm Van Brocklin.
Good
I was
old
gonna say
MVP.
Otto Graham just for the heck of
Yeah,
it, but
Otto Graham.
So
Moonlight
Solo,
Bill Sims.
before Ian Eagle and JJ Watt tell us about this game on Sunday, what are your thoughts? Chargers are favored by 1.5 at home.
now, Ando, you sent a picture of what the uniforms the Chargers
Yeah.
are
Love
supposed to
them.
wear. They're banana uniforms.
Ugh.
Brett hates them. Axel
love
loves it.
I
Ando and
love
I think we're undecided. I got to see it on the field.
Yeah, I need to see it in action. That's
But
what I
I'm
need to
not.
see.
I'm not.
right
I don't
now.
know if I'm looking forward to it though. But what is Axel showing? Oh yeah, there. Yeah, okay, good job. Yeah, that looks yellow. It was all. Are they gonna be playing the Coldplay song to break? And it's all yellow. Yellow Submarine.
All right.
Mellow Yellow, I
They're-
think that.
All
that
right,
one
let's
maybe.
get down.
They're
to
honoring the
brass
Pitt
tacks.
Panthers out there in LA for some
What do you-
reason.
Yeah.
Did you want to say something,
Panthers.
Axel, before I begin?
Oh, I was gonna say I'm interested what you think of the Colts and Solo.
So okay, well, I got a little research here. Half-ass internet research, as Bill Simmons always says. So the Chargers have been so banged up. I mean, Quentin Johnson's been out. They're top of 2 offensive linemen, all and Slater. Their defense hasn't played as well. They snuck out a win against Miami, which is oof. But good old Lad McConkey has shown up the last 2 weeks, catching touchdowns, making big plays. It's about time they get him going again. So the Chargers running back position with Omarion Hampton out and Najee Harris, they have like Gordon Vidal's Lincoln and like some Haskins guy as their running backs. I don't like that. Now, I said it in the open. The Colts, are they legit? And let's go down memory lane of 2025 real quick. So they just edged out good old Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals at home. Letdown game. Okay, that's fine. They beat the Dolphins 33-8. They beat the Broncos 29-28, but that was the leverage call. They beat the Titans 41-20. The Rams, they lost 27-20. They beat the Raiders 40-6, and then the Cards 31-27. They're winning games, which is important. And Danny Dimes is playing over his head. I tend to pick the Chargers, and they just kind of disappoint. Colts have been at LA this season. I'm going to take the Colts, guys. As much as I think they're a little overrated, they're still winning games, and I think Jonathan Taylor is the key to this game. So give me the Colts.
Yeah, Chargers are too banged up. Colts.
You like how I waited for you to pick that time, Andy, before I
Thank you. I appreciate that,
Okay.
Brett. You're a giver.
I'm also going with the Colts. I don't know what's up with the Chargers. I don't feel good about them the last couple games.
Danny Dimes.
You got traded to the Chargers. Are you taking the Chargers? Okay.
Colts.
Next up, I am up, and we have the Packers at the Cardinals. The Cards have not beaten the Packers in Arizona since the 2015-2016 season, which was an NFC divisional game that went to overtime. Larry Fitzgerald caught a touchdown from Carson Palmer to win the game. Let's see, can't read my own notes here. The Packers have not been super impressive, I don't think. I mean, last week, even though they beat the Bengals, they kind of let the Bengals hang around. They don't seem to be as good as we thought they were. The Cowboys game where they let the Cowboys shred them and Dak shred them. The loss to the Browns, they lost 13-10. I mean, but then on the other side of the ball, the Cards have lost 4 games in a row by a total of 9 points. All 4 games have been by 4 points or less. Jacoby Brissett, is he starting again? Does anybody know? And I think their running backs are even less well known than the Chargers running backs. I mean, what are they on?
Damn
Like the fourth or fifth guy now? Even though I wanted to talk about this game, I still can't. I want to try and talk it out in my head because I really don't know how any of these teams are. I think the Packers are one of those teams that plays down to their opponents, but at the same time, they're still winning by 10 points or 9 points, whatever it was. So and the Cards are just in disarray. I'm not going to watch any of this game because Jonathan Vilma is on the call for this one, and he is the worst announcer in the league. But I'm gonna take the Packers here because I think the Cardinals are going into self-destruct mode here, and the Packers are going to want to prove something a little bit. I mean, my cousin that's the Packers fan and season tickets for the Packers, they're starting to get a little worried about Matt LaFleur. Like he ranted when I asked him what he was feeling about the season a week or so ago. He ranted for 5 minutes on clock management and that was right after the Cowboys game, and he was just like, I don't understand what LaFleur's doing. These guys are like they never. I mean, very down on Jordan Love. So the fans are starting to get restless. I think the Packers come through and win this one big. So I'm going to take Packers. Even though I don't like it, Packers is my pick. Brett.
I'm going to disagree with Andy. I don't think the Cardinals are imploding here. I think the Packers are a tinge overrated. They're going on the road. The Cardinals have been keeping games close. If you're going to give me 6.5 points, I'm going to take it. And give me the Cardinals.
I'm taking the Cardinals too. The points.
I'm going with the Packers.
Next up, we have a speed round. Brett will be going first. We have the Giants at the Broncos. Rematch of Super Bowl 21. Giants won that game 39-20. The halftime show was George Burns, Mickey Rooney, and the USC marching band. Things have really changed over the years. Brett,
and what a special appearance by The Weeknd, right?
yeah.
Or Bad Bunny.
Yes.
Janet Jackson's left breast.
Brett, the Broncos are favored by 7 at home.
Man.
Are you on the toilet, Brett?
This is just a really hard one for me because I think it's going to be low scoring, so I'm tempted to take the points. Although I think Jackson Dart I think the Broncos defense may have something for him. But I'm just gonna take the Giants +7 here.
I'm taking the Giants too.
I am too.
Yep, that makes it a clean sweep.
So we're all losing.
Yep. Next up, Axel, we have got the Rams and the Jaguars. This is Sunday morning football, so this is a European game.
This is a
another
German game?
Is it Germany or another London? I don't
Spain,
remember.
London. Well, it's something. Yeah.
This is another rare matchup. We've got like 3 or 4 games here that teams have not played very often. They've only played 6 times in their history. Jags have only won 1 time, also in 2009 when they were the St. Louis Rams. Or I should say the Jags only won 1 time. But led by David Garrard and Maurice Jones-Drew. And his only season with the Jags, Torrey Holt surprisingly beat the Rams.
I forgot he played with the Jags. That's good for the immaculate
Yeah,
grid.
that would be great for that. Yeah. The Rams had Mark Bulger and Steven Jackson that time. None of those people are playing this time, Axel. The Rams are favored by 3 in Europe.
Oh man. So is this going to be a bad game because it's early in the morning and it's a Europe game? Let's see.
It's going to be the game of the year.
Game of the year. Let's see.
6-3.
The Rams destroyed the hapless Ravens, and the Jaguars lost to the Seattle Seahawks. Trevor looks good, but the O-line does not. I like the Rams in this game because I think they are ascending, and I think the Jags are middling.
Pretending. Oh.
Heath.
Oh, I thought you were going to keep going about Mark Brunell's stint with the Jaguars. Nope. Okay. I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah, I trust the Rams just a little bit more than the Jags. I do like the Jags this year, but I'm going Rams.
Is this game in London?
That's
it's
what
in Europe. We don't know. I thought it was in Germany, but I don't know.
Should I look this up? Because
I think it's in Athens, Greece.
Okay.
It's in London.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Wembley.
It's gonna take the Rams 3 days to fly there, probably from LA.
With no workers at the airport.
Yeah, they're flying themselves. Matt Stafford just got his pilot's license this week.
I think Clayton Kershaw, since he's left off the roster,
yeah,
he's going to fly his buddy.
Yep.
Jaguars. This is basically their second home. They're a good team this year. I like the Jags +3.
I don't know why I thought it's their second home was so funny, because it is. But I don't know the way you said it. It just was funny.
And our final matchup is the second Monday night game. This is another speed round. We have Solos going first. We have the Texans at the Seahawks. Another matchup that has barely been played, only been played 5 times. Texans have only won it once. Their quarter in 2009. Matt Schaub, Arian Foster, and Andre Johnson. And this is another game I will not be watching because Dan Orlovsky and Louis Riddick will be on the call.
The worst. They are the worst.
Seahawks favored by 3 at home.
I've been wrong about the Seahawks. They are a good team. Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks.
You don't know me.
I want to take the Texans just because there's no reason why I would not take the Seahawks, which means there's something fishy going on, and the Texans are probably going to cover. But give me Seahawks -3.
Ooh, potential switcheroo, I feel, in the next 3 minutes.
Texans off the bye. Texans.
Oh, Axel Rose.
Shit, off the bye?
Revis Island. I'm doing like the old 1960s Topps card photo shoot when I'm like the
yes,
and they would have the ball,
gentlemen.
Like this.
That was good. We did pretty good. We're still speed round is still getting a little too much talky, and we're just supposed to say our picks. But I think we did good. We did that in about 45 minutes. We did our
We'll get the
picks.
speed round. We'll just have a dump button on Solo every once in a while.
Just
I
go
think.
boom, boom, boom.
Hey, Brett added a little to
I'm
it.
gonna say Brett was
Brett was a
guilty of
little more.
kind of talking about every game, but that's
I had
all
a
right.
shout
I
out
didn't
to
hear
my
last
dad in
week.
there. That doesn't count.
Well, that
I
doesn't
know.
count. That's for sure. That does
I
not.
feel
You're
like
doing good,
if
though.
I can get it in under one sentence, then it's okay, right? It's still speed.
Yeah. Yeah, but when you go, well, I like this avenue.
It's okay.
I drove down.
We're
No.
all working together. Hey,
It wasn't bad.
We shouldn't fault that we all want to spend time with each other and talk and have a good time talking about football, right?
I didn't
Hey.
know you were running the stopwatch, Axel. To be fair, so
Well,
I'll
like I
crack,
said,
I'll
we're
crack
at the
the whip a
combine.
little harder.
I
Yeah.
We're at the
always am.
combine.
I always am. We're at 120. We're about at 123 right now.
All right. We missed Brett
Yeah.
last week, so I
needed
think
to-
that's what.
Yeah,
And
we had a
also
reunion.
too, it was 3 of us last week versus 4
That's
now.
true.
So that's going to add
Yep.
time.
I also think we don't need stats for the speed round games, Ando. Like we don't. If we're going to
Okay.
do a speed round, I don't think we need any stats for that game. I think we can just say we got the Browns, Dolphins, go, boom, 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 we're done.
Ah.
Next,
Okay.
game, no stats.
Now, if he has
necessary.
trivia, would you like that?
I don't think we need. I think it
Okay.
should be like the cross off, like with Bill
Okay,
Simmons and
okay.
Sal, where they're like, "This is a cross off game. We don't need to talk about this
Okay,
game." Because as we go
okay.
deeper into the season, there are more and more of those games
Yeah.
where it's like 2 bad teams playing each other, like the Jets and the Panthers.
I'm still proud we're under 2 hours. So.
Yeah.
We're doing good.
We've
No,
had
we're
times where it's
getting
touched
better.
3 hours, so it's
No, but it
we're-
was we're getting it tighter. It's
We are.
flowing. That
Putting it together.
was a good flow. Was a good
Bit by bit.
flow, guys, because we didn't spend like 2 minutes of dead air
I
trying
think
to
it was
figure out
good.
our picks.
I got
even
energy
though
from it.
I did too. I was
I
tired.
got energy. We're still on the pod. I just wanted to
Oh,
give.
that's
yeah, we're
right.
still
I
on the
forgot.
air, aren't we?
I just wanted to
we're-
give the
is
people
this
an
thing
update.
on?
Since last week we talked about it, we're kind of give like live updates to the show itself while we're
Well,
doing
actually,
it.
I didn't. Wasn't most of that after we went off the air though last week?
Well, maybe I forgot. I just want to involve the people in
Hey,
it.
you know what? It's a little behind the scenes look
Yeah.
BTS.
at how things are done with
Full
BTS,
curtain
ATC.
back,
BTK. BTK, BTS. We got it together. Anyway, folks, it's getting late. I got some Love is Blind to watch with my wife. The weddings are on. We're ready to go. Solo, say goodbye to everyone.
Thank you, gents. It's been fun. Good luck this week. I'm going down the tubes, so enjoy the ride. Get those wins because I'll come back at some point, maybe 2026, but I'll come back. Anyway, enjoy the games, and I hope our teams win. And thank you for all your support.
That sounded like a PSA almost. So.
You know.
We have some fun games this weekend. Falcons, 49ers, Sunday night. Bucks, Lions, Monday night. Probably
Good
some others
games.
out there. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Ando, any last words?
No, I don't have anything. Let's get out of here.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Go to dvrpodcast.com. Don't forget, we're going to be back soon with the task finale on Sunday night. We love everyone. Peace out, everybody. Goodbye.
Oh, shit.
Come on.
I can't see it. I can't
Come closer.
see it.
Push it forward.
Closer. Welcome to East Muletown.